Hey, it's Rachel, and I want to tell you what to do if you have taught your child how to handle their big emotions in a mature and responsible way. You've clearly told them how to be more respectful, but even after you've given them these tools, they are not using these tools in the moment. So for example, maybe you've taught your child that when they're really upset, instead of being mean to the people around them, they just need to use their words. Or instead of, pushing or shoving, they just need to use their words. You've taught them this, but they never seem to do that in the moment. So I want to start by telling you there's a reason that they don't use those tools in the moment. And that's because when we are in this place where we're flooded with these big emotions, whether it's anger or frustration, our brains naturally default to what is comfortable and what is known. So these responses, especially when we're flooded with these big emotions like anger or frustration or feeling out of control, our brain automatically really quickly goes to what feels good and what we've done before in the past. So let me give you an example from your perspective. Let's say your child is being disrespectful to you, and you know logically that you losing your cool doesn't make anything better, so you've promised yourself that you're going to stay calm. But in the moment, when they're actually being disrespectful to you, it happens so quickly, your brain goes automatically when they're being mean to yelling or threatening or telling them all the reasons their behavior is unacceptable. You know that's not going to work. You even maybe have told yourself the tools you want to use, but you don't use them in the moment. And again, because it happens so quickly, we default to what feels good and what is known. And in the moment, staying calm doesn't feel all that good because you have a lot of energy and tension and anger inside of you, and staying calm takes a lot of energy. In that moment, we're really expending our energy on trying to reach an outcome or getting our kids to do what we want them to do, and staying calm doesn't feel good. And it's very similar for kids. When they are angry or frustrated or when they feel out of control, often the strategies we teach them aren't enough of a release for them. So for example, if you have a really physical child who, when they get upset, they, knock things over, or they push, or they yell, or they're mean to people around them, when they have these really big feelings and we tell them to use their words, using their words doesn't really give them enough of a release. So what you want to do when you're teaching your kids these strategies is to think about, first of all, what's going to be comfortable for them. I'll talk about the second piece of this actually in the next video, but I want to focus on finding a strategy for your child that actually feels comfortable for them. So if you do have a physical child who is slamming doors or pushing things when they're really upset, you want to give them a physical strategy. Something like moving their body in some way, or squeezing something really hard, or maybe pushing their feet against the floor as hard as they can. You want to give them a physical way of releasing all of this energy in a way that isn't disrespectful to people around them. But maybe you have a child who isn't necessarily yelling or being, physical. Maybe you have more of a child that's in their own mind. So you want to give them cognitive strategies that still match their temperament. So giving them something like a small little mental exercise to do, something obviously depending on their age, but maybe it's something like, 18 plus 13, where they have to carry the one, but it's not too frustrating for them. Obviously, for younger children, you'd have to make this work for them. But giving them a mental exercise, you could also teach them to say a mantra, or teach them to, sing a song in their head that makes them feel good. Ultimately, what you want to do is think about what are the releases they're using now, and how can you give them something similar that is more respectful. So you're matching their temperament, and that's when they're more likely to use those strategies in the moment, because when you suggest a strategy, they're not going to listen to you. They need to choose to use these strategies, and that's what they will do when you give them a strategy that is actually more comfortable for them and actually releases this energy in a healthier way. So I'm going to talk about the second piece of this, the fact that we default to what we've done over and over in the past. I'm going to talk about that in the next video. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at rachel@bailey.com. And as always, if you're looking for more solutions and support for raising responsible, resilient kids, feel free to check out my parenting academy at rachelbaileyparentingacademy.com. I'll see you next time.